It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Friday, December the 8th. I'm Michael Groff. Most of the nation is in the deep freeze this morning, but here in the southwest, we will start a warming trend that will continue through much of next week as high pressure builds in. Temperatures going well above average, and chances of rain very minimal, if any at all, through the next 10 days and probably all the way out toward Christmas. So let's talk about it this morning. 66 degrees was the high in the valley yesterday. We had a low of 49 that was set just after 11 p.m. last evening. And outside right now here at 6:05 a.m., we're under mostly clear skies to start the day, and it's cool out there. In fact, the coldest temperature we've had since last February, 44 degrees to start the day at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 19, humidity 36%. The winds are light, and the barometer 30.34 inches and steady. Temperatures across south central Arizona this morning. The cool spots, 34 at Maricopa and at Lookout Mountain Park. It's 40 at Buckeye, 41 here in Maricopa where I do these videos from. Much of Metro Phoenix, upper 30s to middle 40s. And the water vapor satellite view, we've got a big trough that covers most of the nation. High pressure building off the west coast, but the Arctic Express is all set up, running from northern Canada all the way down to the Central Plains and the Gulf Coast. Check out the watch warning map. Some freeze warnings out here in parts of the west and wind advisories. High wind warnings continue in parts of Southern California where the wildfires are still out of control there. And how about the winter weather advisories extending from the Gulf Coast through the deep south, Houston, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama. Those winter weather advisories extending into Georgia and points to the north and east. So it's going to be a wild ride down there in some spots this morning. In fact, this is a shot from one of the Houston webcams I was looking at earlier this morning. This is one of their traffic cams. You can see some snow off to the side of the road there. They've had about an inch of snow in some spots. A few places have seen even more than that. So that is what you can expect across the Gulf Coast and the southeast states for at least the next 12 to 24 hours. On the convective outlook, there is a slight risk of severe storms today. Parts of central Florida around, looks like Sarasota, Tampa Bay, Newport Richey, Orlando, Lakeland, with a marginal risk for some of the adjacent areas. And rainfall around here for the next 7 days coming from the WPC. I wanted to show you the nationwide map because look at the west. This is weird for December. For the next 7 days, no precipitation is expected from Seattle to LA to San Diego, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Miles City, Montana, Denver, Albuquerque, El Paso, Dallas, St. Louis, Kansas City, Omaha, Des Moines. No rain for the next 7 days. No snow, nothing, as high pressure will be taking over. And we'll talk about that now as we get into the modeling. Here we go to the GFS. The 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. We start with the upper look at 500 millibars. High pressure building in, and down below that at the surface today, a mostly sunny day, certainly less windy than we've had here in southern Arizona. Still some winds in Southern California today, although not nearly to the extent that we've seen the last couple of days. Highs this afternoon here getting into the upper 60s to about 70 in the warm spots. Tonight, clear skies. The air mass is still very dry with dew points in the teens, so temperatures will drop off very quickly into the mid-30s to mid-40s. Tomorrow, a bit warmer, sunny skies, highs in the low 70s. Low to mid-70s on Sunday with mostly sunny skies. Monday, high pressure continues off the west coast. Will be in the mid to upper 70s. Same thing on Tuesday. Now, at some point early next week, there will be a low that cuts off somewhere off the northern Baja or Southern California coast and sort of meanders around the greater Southwest for a while. But this feature doesn't look like it's going to have any meaningful impact on our weather. May help to hold temperatures down a couple of degrees, so we'll keep highs in the mid-70s on Wednesday and Thursday, but no appreciable weather coming our way. Here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 15th of December, a 582 ridge building off the west coast, and that looks warm and dry for us with temperatures still above average, likely in the low to mid-70s. Same thing on Saturday, the 16th. And here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. Sunday, the 17th, the ridge is flattening out just a bit, so temperatures are still going to be above average, but probably we won't see any additional warming. Highs still in the low, maybe even middle 70s. With a continued dry air mass. The models are showing a considerable amount of spread out here, though, so we can't completely rule out the prospect of maybe a shortwave trough rotating in at some point and maybe bringing us some wet weather way out here. But at this point, we're going to keep the forecast dry. We're going to hold with consistency. All right, let's check the temperatures coming off of the GFS ensemble through the period. And boy, you talk about consistent. We are going to stay above average, it looks like, all the way out through the latter part of December, maybe even all the way out toward Christmas. So warm and dry conditions very likely to hold for quite some time. And that's going to wrap it up for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is going to come back here on Monday morning. So if you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe out there and have yourselves a great Friday.